They told him it was too late, that the chapter was closed, that life had already handed him the script, and all that remained was to quietly follow it to the end. At 70 years old, the mirror no longer showed potential in the eyes of the world, only wrinkles, slowing hands, and a past that was supposed to be finished. But what no one saw was the question still burning inside him, a question that refused to die. What if my best chapter hasn't happened yet? What if the clock everyone else listens to was never meant for me? Because sometimes the most dangerous lie we ever accept is not that we can't do something, but that it's too late to even try. This message matters because it speaks to the silent part of us that has been told to sit down, to be realistic, to stop dreaming. It speaks to the people who feel like time has betrayed them, to those who think they missed their moment, to the ones who look at their age, their past, their mistakes, and quietly bury their desires without a funeral. This is for anyone who has ever whispered to themselves, "If only I had started sooner," and especially for those who believe that starting now wouldn't matter. He was 70 when he walked onto a college campus for the first time. The hallways buzzed with voices decades younger than his own. Laughter echoed. Backpacks brushed past his shoulders. And with every step, doubt tried to pull him backward. He felt it in his chest, the weight of being out of place, the unspoken judgment, the voice in his head saying, "What are you doing here?" He could have turned around. No one would have stopped him. No one would have blamed him. After all, the world had already decided who he was allowed to be. He had lived a full life, or at least that's what people called it. Work, responsibility, survival. Years spent doing what needed to be done instead of what his heart once wanted. Dreams postponed until someday, then quietly replaced with obligations. And somewhere along the way, he started believing that dreams have expiration dates, that curiosity belongs to the young, that growth has an age limit. But the regret aged faster than his body ever did. Sitting in that classroom, he felt small, not because he lacked intelligence, but because he had carried fear for so long. Fear of looking foolish, fear of failing publicly, fear of confirming what society whispers to anyone past a certain age. You should already know better. Each lecture challenged more than his mind. It challenged his identity. Every assignment forced him to confront the lie that learning is reserved for the young and the bold. There were moments he wanted to quit. Nights when the material felt heavy and his confidence felt thin. Times when he stared at the page and wondered if this was arrogance disguised as hope. But beneath the doubt, something else stirred, something he hadn't felt in years. Aliveness, purpose, a quiet excitement that reminded him he was still becoming. Here's the truth most people never confront. It's not age that stops us. It's the story we tell ourselves about age. We confuse time past with opportunity lost. We mistake being late for being disqualified. But time doesn't move backward or forward to judge us. It simply moves. And the question isn't how old you are when you start. It's how alive you are when you decide to. Every wrinkle on his face carried experience. Every year behind him had sharpened his discipline, his patience, his hunger to understand. While others rushed through lessons, he listened deeply. While others chased grades, he chased meaning. He wasn't behind, he was grounded. And slowly, the same classrooms that once intimidated him became places of belonging. Then came the moment that changed everything. A simple moment, a passing one. A professor returned an assignment and said, "This perspective only comes from someone who's lived." In that instant, something inside him broke open, not because of praise, but because he realized his age was never the weakness. It was the advantage. The thing he had spent years apologizing for was the very thing that made his voice matter. That's the turning point most people never reach. The realization that it's not about catching up, it's about showing up as you are. That your past doesn't disqualify you, it prepares you. That starting late doesn't make the journey smaller, it makes it braver. Because choosing growth when comfort is easier, that's courage. He didn't go back to school to prove anything to the world. He did it to honor the part of himself he had ignored for decades, and in doing so, he rewrote the belief that life only moves in one direction. He became living proof that reinvention isn't rebellion. It's responsibility to your own soul.
So if you're listening to this and thinking about everything you didn't do, everything you postponed, everything you think you missed, hear this clearly. The dream you buried is not dead. It's waiting. Waiting for you to stop asking for permission. Waiting for you to stop negotiating with fear. Waiting for you to realize that too late is not a fact, it's a story. And stories can be rewritten. Because one day, the only thing heavier than starting late is wishing you had started at all. And the most powerful moment in your life might not be behind you. It might be the moment you decide right now that your age will no longer be the excuse that keeps you from becoming who you still can be.